In this video, I want to look at the different ways pro players have been playing Chamber. Chamber feels a bit like a duelist in a sentinel's clothing, and of course the meme is that he is the perfect agent for anyone who gets their Jett or Reyna insta-locked. The general idea of giving agents weapons as abilities has proven to be potentially game-breaking. Look at Jett's knives, for example, as it can heavily impact the entire economy of the game. However, in the case of Chamber, it also allows for some unique and varied ideas about how the agent should be played. So let's go ahead and start off by looking at Hiko, who seems like a perfect fit for Chamber's setup-based cerebral potential. We see him create a few layers of utility here, similar to the way that Killjoy might do on A site, but he pairs this with a Jett-style operator play. The first and second peak pay off, and Hiko is able to instantly fall back to a more defensible position to continue holding the site while leaving his utility there to detect if anyone enters it. Chamber's teleport also gives Hiko access to high ground for some crazy angles like this one, and allows for instant escape. Not every setup needs to be super nerdy either. In this case, we see Hiko on the A side of Icebox during a pistol round. Using Headhunter, he is able to find a one-shot kill at long range before falling back using his teleport to the back of the site when he runs out of Headhunter ammo. Notice how he carefully plays around the very edge of his teleport circle to ensure an easy disengage. This quick repositioning catches the attackers off guard and allows Hiko to switch up his angle of defense and land some clean shots for a devastating 4K. Now, it wouldn't be a Hiko-style Chamber without the ability to clutch up, so this play we see him dropping into sight and picking off the enemy chamber. The two other defenders are closing in, but keep an eye on his first teleport anchor. Hiko quickly collects the spike, drops his second anchor right as the defenders start to push him, and teleports out. After sprinting to A and planting the spike, Hiko closes the door and wraps around to heaven on a perfect timing to flank the rotating defenders before clutching up with just milliseconds to spare on the defuse. Now, let's completely change gears on how Chamber is being played by looking at Hiko's teammate, Asuna. A lot of people have already caught on to Chamber's power on eco rounds, thanks to having essentially a Guardian, a 2,250 credit weapon, for the price of 800 credits to max out Headhunter. When Asuna picked up Chamber, what he decided to do is to capitalize on the economy game by only using Headhunter on every single round. Even on buy rounds, Asuna would save 2,100 credits by skipping the rifle, but confidently taking duels with this excellent aim and the ability to one-shot kill at any range. Obviously, playing Chamber in this way requires supreme aiming skill and confidence in your ability to win duels, but assuming that you can do that at a reasonable rate, it also allows Chamber to essentially become a weapons supplier for his entire team by not only stealing them from enemies, but also purchasing them for your allies, since your own economic investment is so much lower every single round. To go along with this theme, Asuna sets up his teleports at close range and plays around the forward circles so that he can teleport like a Jett dash to disengage if necessary. He also shows off another sort of duelist style idea on Bind by using the teleporter instantly when the round starts, then dropping his anchor in the teleporter and teleporting back to his first anchor in Lamps. This allows him to peek aggressively and bail out to his other anchor in the teleporter without triggering the teleport sound, and this allows him to get up to a successful flank. Out of all the 100 Thieves players, I think Ethan showed off some of the best Chamber tech I have seen. On defense, he starts off with an anchor near the front of A site here on Ascent and takes contact before teleporting into Hell and into cover in the cubby. This quick repositioning catches the attacking Jett off guard, and Ethan is able to survive and help clean up the round. Here's another awesome example of how to take initial contact with Chamber and escape using the teleport. It's kind of like Reyna's ability to take first contact, except it allows you to reposition into a much more defensive position since you can set the anchor so much farther away. And in this particular round, Ethan combos the movement with his ultimate to effectively defend A site in a similar method to how Jett might use the operator to do the same thing. On the attacking side of things, Ethan uses his teleport anchors in a similar manner to Asuna, dropping one anchor near spawn along with a trademark bot to watch the flank. He then pushes up behind Sova's drone, finds a quick pickoff on the defending Reyna, and then drops into cover and teleports back to spawn to quickly rotate towards B. In the process, he reclaims both of his teleport anchors, and once he gets to B, he sets up one anchor behind Yellow Box and another one in B main to watch the flank. This allows him to hold the flank and instantly reinforce his allies on yellow if necessary. In this final attack example, Ethan is pushing onto A site with the spike, and as he drops from the belt area, he leaves one of his rendezvous anchors there. He places a second one on the ground in a safe location that also covers the default plant spot with the activation circle. This setup allows him to jump forward and plant the spike before instantly repositioning back onto the belt to fight for the post plant. Because of these defensively placed anchors, Ethan is then able to push back up as the defenders fight onto the site, and once the teleport cooldown is over, he can use rendezvous to aggressively take contact again and retreat to safety, which allows him to win the round pretty easily. Chamber is one of those agents that really lets a player interpret how he's supposed to be played, and this means that we may see a very wide variety of playstyles and uses of his versatile toolkit in the professional scene.